Will we see Yarde somewhere in there, Frank?
He's going to fight before Christmas. We're at the moment trying to sort a date out, and hopefully in December we'll have him out again.
I think it's an intriguing story. I was trying to suggest this a moment ago to Richie and to Steve. And for once, I see your problem with Yarde. World level, the top 6 or 8 have all been at the top for a long time. They're all very, very dangerous. So are you ruling that out for the moment? The Stevensons, Beterbievs and all that?
You see, it was about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Callum Johnson went to the States and he fought for the world title and he had the guy on the floor. And Anthony's capable of doing that. He's a puncher. He can punch hard. But the guy got up and then obviously his inexperience was against him and he got beat. I don't want that happening with Anthony Yarde. By the time he fights for a world title, I want him to be able to cope with situations like that.
So how do we give him the experience?
Fights like we're doing, bringing in different guys each time. You know, next year he'll be fighting for a world title. I'm convinced of that. You know, we're stepping him up every time. This guy was ranked above Frank Buglioni. He was ranked above in the independent rankings, ranked above Buatsi. So that's what we're doing. We're giving him more and more experience. He was a winning fighter coming in, you know, coming off of 4 wins, and he comes to fight.
Would it be helpful to you when you're going to try to sell Yarde into a big fight in the United States if he had cleaned up, taken that British title, perhaps gone for the European title as well? Would that actually give him more credit in making a big fight in America?
Well, when Frank Buglioni was British champion, we made him the offer. We offered him 120 grand for the fight. He didn't want to fight him. We've moved on from there now. We're past British title.
So that's not
it's a dead duck now. We're now moving on. We're at our sights are on excuse me, on a world title fight. And I want to get him in a position where, as I say, when I feel he's right, I'll let him off the hook. No one's going to push me into making a fight. I don't want to make.
No, you know, I'm not trying to do that. I think he's a brilliant talent.
I'm not even
really
saying that. And talent has to be nurtured sometimes. And all guys are different. Look, we're not frightened of putting our fighters in against each other. You see it tonight. We make these matches all the time. But with Anthony, he needs more experience.
A long time ago tonight, we started with Nathan Gorman. What did you think of his performance, and where next for him? Where does he fit in with Dubois, Joe Joyce, and all these other amazing heavyweights?
I think he's up there with all of them. I really do. You know, I think he's one of the most improved fighters in the country. You know, when he started off, he was this. You know, he came in, he was a little bit overweight, didn't look the part, but now he's looking the part. He's got some nice moves. He puts nice shots together, and I think that, you know, hopefully his next fight he will fight for a title. That's what we're looking to do with him.
Could you tell us what kind of title, Frank?
I hope maybe a Commonwealth, something like that. That's what we're looking to do, but certainly a title fight.
Richie?
I think he's doing well. I think he's doing well under Ricky Hatton.
Ricky's done a great job.
Yeah, some nice moves tonight, especially with the feints. Yeah, I like the look of Nathan Gorman. I think he is improved. I think he works well behind his jab. He's got a bit of everything. He'll work on the inside. He's got a good left hook, but that jab, and of course with Ricky Hatton on the inside as well, yeah, I think he's an improved fighter.
And he's changed his shape in the last 6 months, 9 months. He's changed his shape from when we first had him on, when he was a little bit roly-poly. Now he's getting a lot of definition across his shoulders, across his arms. He's slimming down that belly. He's always been fast on his feet. He's always had a good boxing brain. I'm telling you, he's a handful because he has got a boxing brain. One of the rarest things in the heavyweight division. One of the rarest things.
Is there a potential option with Daniel Dubois and Gorman at the moment?
Absolutely. It's a fight we're building. I'd like to see that take place the end of next year. We turn that into a big event, hopefully in the stadium, you know, we get 30, 40,000 people there. That is a real big, meaningful fight, providing they both keep winning.
At the top of the game, what's the latest on Tyson Fury, Frank?
He's doing really well. I spoke to him a couple of days ago. He's in a very good place mentally, and I think that's most of the thing with Tyson. As long as he's there mentally, I think you're 95% there with him. Physically, he's in good nick, and he really is up for and fancies this fight big time. He's
does
so
he
confident.
fancy it as much as Frank Warrington does? Because I know you do.
No, I fancy it, but because he gives me confidence to be confident. He's so confident about this. And the one thing about him, excuse me, is that he's a very smart guy. You know, he's a clever guy. He's not, you know, people think, oh, he's a big dozing. So he's not. He's a very bright guy. He's got a good boxing brain on him, and I feel that he's going to give this fella Wilder a lot of problems.